So in a previous video I investigated using two transformers wired back to back as an isolation transformer. I tried several different types and I decided that these two here would be suitable for the majority of applications that I might have. I figured they were good for about 150 VA, and so now I've decided to put them in a box. So I've put together a short video just showing you what I did, and in case you want to do anything similar, it might give you some ideas. So here we go. So there it is, all wired up. Before I finally box it up, I still have to put a hole in the back cover and paint it for this, and also some air holes at the top. I've got some holes on the bottom, let some air in, and just by convection it can go out the top. An IEC connector with an EMI filter. The active goes to the switch and then to the input transformer. The neutral also goes to the switch to run the neon light that comes on when it's in the on position. Then the mains earth goes to both transformers. This is the 32 volts out of the first one, which goes into the second one and also to the front panel. The earth also goes to the front panel along with the earth from the power point, and then they can be shorted together if you wish, but otherwise they're separate, which makes it completely isolated. The mains output comes out here and 32 volts to there as well. There's the front. These terminals, the terminals I used were this type. The front panel is about 9mm thick, so it doesn't leave much meat on this, so I've recessed them, and even then I left out the spring washer so that I could get a bit more thread sticking through. And being a plastic thread, you can't do them up too tight or they'll strip, so they're just done up snugly, and then I've put in hot melt glue to lock it in place. And of course, if you do anything like this, it's always a good idea, I think, to make sure that the terminals are spaced 19mm or 3/4 of an inch, so that you can use things like this, connectors like this, or in the case of the earths you might want to use a standard shorting bar like that, but 19mm allows things like that to be used. Okay, so the next thing to do is bolt it all up, fix up the back, and that should be it. I'll put some foots on there and that'll be it. And there it is with the two transformers mounted just before I close it up. Although I used SketchUp to design the layout, I then changed my mind and mounted this thing horizontally instead of vertically, which made it impinge on this connector here, so I've just had to rotate that out of the way a little bit and it should be right. So yeah, 4 screws left and it's complete. So there it is in its completed glory. Little bugger weighs 10 kilograms, and let's check that it works. So I've got Variac over here putting out 240 volts, which will stick into here, and get some metering. Output nothing until we turn her on, and then we get about 240 out, but that's with no load. And 32 volts here. And isolation, if we look between active on the mains and mains earth, of course we get 240 volts. The earth here, nothing, and the outputs, nothing. So she's isolated. Now let's stick a load on. Just got these 2 dummy loads, bulbs as a dummy load, and that's 100 watts. And if we look at the output voltage, actually I'll turn it off. And right, so we're getting 240 with no load. Turn on the load and she sinks. It's 100 watts. We can even make it 175 by turning on this 75 watt bulb, which is putting it above its 150 estimated limit, 150 watt limit, and it sinks fairly bad. Disconnect him and we get a few more volts. But for light loads like radios and things you might want to work on, up to 100 watts should be just fine. And in the case of heavier loads, then I've got those three big transformers, which are good for a couple of kilowatts. So I'm also going to put them in a box similar to this, not closed up so much, they'll be open so I can fiddle around with different configurations. I also want to make another box for this dummy load arrangement, along with a meter to show what it's drawing. And I also want to do something similar to the Variac. I'm not completely happy with this arrangement. It's all right, but it could be better. So there it is. Despite a multitude of minor errors, I'm reasonably happy with it. In fact, I'm very happy with it. Quite a nice little box. Hope you enjoyed, and catch you later.